Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do my makeup, or I'm going to do my makeup, and I'm going to answer the questions that you guys submitted on my Instagram stories. We're going to talk everything when it comes to my workout routine, my love life, inspiration in general, when it comes to life, when it comes to makeup, when it comes to just being a bad bee. Yeah, we're going to talk about all of that. And I think the one thing that I want to touch on the most is getting through tough times. You know, I think that everyone goes through it. We're all human. Yes, social media makes everything look glamorous. It makes everything look great and like roses and like everything is going perfect, but nothing is perfect in life. We all go through hardships. We all go through hard times. It's just about how we pull ourselves out of it. And if I can be on here sharing my testimony and helping you guys through your tough times, it actually really means the world to me. It means that I can help somebody else out through a dark time. Life doesn't always get easy. Sometimes it gets harder before it gets easier. And I think that, you know, the time of my life right now is all my metamorphosis era. I really feel like I'm getting tested a lot right now. I've actually had a very hard week this past week, probably even harder than the week of my divorce, when I actually pulled the plug and was like, I want a divorce. This past week has probably been almost even harder than that. I feel like I've had the rug taken out under me. You know, sometimes you devote your time, your love, your energy, your passion into something, and sometimes it just smacks you in the face and it says, you know what? Nah, we don't really care about you like that, or we're not going to reciprocate the love that you have for us, for you. And it stings. It's hurtful, you know? It sucks because you really put a lot of love and care and passion into something, and when it's not there for you, like you're there for it, it kind of hurts. So I'm here to tell you that you can get through it. I'm getting through it. If I can get through it, you can get through it. We're going to get through this together, and we're going to make magic happen no matter what. And we're always going to prevail, and the universe is always testing you. If you have dreams, if you have goals, if there are things that you want to achieve in life, the universe is going to test you. It's going to put these tests in your face to see how bad do you want it. And also, do you want to level up? Do you want to reach those goals? Okay, bet. Let me see. How bad do you want it? Let's do this. And I think that's what's happening right now. And it's a wild ride. It's a wild ride. So for me, being on the go, being busy is a distraction. So it actually helps me not think about, you know, like the drama that I'm going through. It's a coping mechanism. If you're busy and you're working, you're doing things, you know, you're not thinking about all the troubles. Is it the right thing to do? Yes and no. You obviously have to feel all your feels. You have to acknowledge the pain, because that's the only way you're going to get over it. You can't always just hide from it. I've learned the hard way. But it does help at times. You know, you can't always be in agony. You can't always be in pain. You have to try to pull yourself out. And that's what I tried to do. I mean, you know, it's hard. You know, sometimes social media makes things look glamorous and wonderful and happy, but a lot of people are going through stuff. You know, it's not always roses and rainbows and butterflies out here in these streets. So, you know, you just have to try to filter out all of the negative and bring a little bit of positive back in your life. And that's what I tried to do. I romanticize everything I do. You know, everyone talks about glimmers, and recently I was like, what the heck are glimmers? Glimmers are the small things that make you happy, you know? It's like just going to the grocery store, going to Trader Joe's, picking out my favorite flowers, spending time with my doggies, reading, eating yummy food that I prepare, doing my makeup. These are all the little glimmers. These are the things that life is all about. People think it's the big things, it's the trips, it's this. Yeah, those are great, but the little glimmers, I'm telling you, that's what makes life good. This is a good question. Yes, I would get married again. I'm a love bug. I am a lover girl. I believe in love. I would love to fall in love again. It's crazy because you would think after everything I've been through, which I do want to talk about. I know that I haven't really talked about my divorce and like the reason why I'm getting divorced. And I think that a lot of people assume what most people assume why you want a divorce has to do with infidelity, but it's not what you think. So one day, hopefully soon, when this is all over, I would like to share like the story behind it and why after 20 years I decided to separate from my partner. It's a very interesting story. Very you can write a movie on this story for sure. And I'll talk about it obviously only because I want to help others that I know are going through something similar. Because I know that I'm not that unique. I know that most humans have similar experiences, so I want to help you out, you know, and I want to be there for the people that think that they can't get through something. Yes, you can, you know, and I'm a living testament to it. But for love, yes, I would absolutely want to fall in love again. Like I said, I am a love bug. I believe in true love. Ever since I was a little girl, I was the one that would watch the Disney movies, and I would want this fairy tale of finding my Prince Charming. That has always been something that I've always wanted, so I obviously would be open to it. Do I want children? I always wanted children. You know, in my life, my career always came first, and I always thought that I had to reach a certain level in order to have kids. I kind of, you know, waited, and then, you know, when I was ready to have children, my partner wasn't, and it was kind of, you know, upsetting to me. And that's one of the reasons why I also am in this situation. But it's God's plan. If God wants me to have children, I'll have children. If God doesn't want me to have children, I won't. It's whatever the universe decides for me. I'm just going with the flow. I'm just continuing to fight towards my goals and towards the things that I want in life. And, you know, if the universe throws me somewhere, I'm going to follow. I'm not going to resist. So we'll see. We'll see if I ever make another video of like, hey guys, guess what? I'm in love again. I'm getting married. Is that going to happen? I don't know. We'll see. Nothing. I haven't had no cosmetic procedures, nothing at all. I actually recently went and saw a doctor that I have been really researching for years. Because of my weight loss, my face has been changing and I can see like some sagging in my neck area. So I went to go see, you know, what I could do for it. I also, my under eyes are getting more hollow because I'm losing weight. And it's something that normally happens to my face when I lose weight. So long story short, yes, I did go to the doctor to get a consultation, and they don't want to put any Botox. They didn't want to do any fillers. They were like, no, you should just get Morpheus X, which is like a treatment that I actually did sign up for, and I will take you on that journey with me once I start going. It's very exciting. And it's basically like laser and micro needling, and it's going to help to tighten up like the neck area and like my face in general, just to like rejuvenate the skin. So let's see, that will be my first cosmetic procedure ever, and I am going to make a YouTube, so I do want to bring you along. So if you're excited to see that, comment below. Okay, my mindset is that, you know, I've always wanted to get in shape. I've always wanted to be in the best shape of my life. And I just felt like now is the time, you know, why not? I have great motivation right now. I have a lot of things in life that are changing. And I feel like when you go through a change in life, that gives you great motivation to become better. And it's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always felt like I was athletic in my life, but I never felt that I used those abilities properly. I always kind of put it off. So me doing it now, I just feel like now is the time. Why not right now? That's kind of like been my motivation right now. So one of the things I also do is I remove the obstacles that are in front of me, in terms of making sure that I always have healthy food in the fridge, making sure that my gym clothes are always washed and ready to go. I just want to make sure that I'm setting myself up for success. I don't want to have any excuses on why I didn't perform well that day, why I didn't want to go to the gym that day, why I didn't want to eat healthy that day, why I ate crap that day. If you got crap in your fridge, you're going to eat it. I know I am. If I have ice cream in my fridge, I'm going to eat it. If I got chips, chile con limon in my cabinet, I'm going to eat it. So I might as well just get the foods that are healthy so that I'm eating that instead. Hell yeah, I would. I'm not knocking it. The way things are looking these days, It's rough in these streets, girls. It's real rough. Men used to go to war. Now they got Instagram highlights. It's not looking too good out here at all. No, but no, on a serious note, I think a soul is a soul. I've never been in love with a woman. Have I found a woman attractive before? I have. But remember, I was in a relationship for 20 years, so I wasn't really ever looking for another partner or in a romantic way at anyone. When I'm locked in, I'm locked in. When I'm in love with someone, I'm in love with someone, and I'm true, and I dedicate myself to that person. So I never was looking for anyone else. But now that I'm single and I'm out here in these streets, yeah, I think a soul is a soul. You fall in love with someone for who they are. I don't have a type either. I've dated in the past every race, size, tall, short. To me, the outer exterior is not everything. To me, it's the inside. It's also the swag, the way someone carries themselves. I love a protector. I love someone who's confident. I love someone who also is undeniably in love with me. That makes me feel very comfortable. So those are the things that I look for. So I look for more so for feeling, for heart, for the soul. So if it's, you know, I'm open if it's any sex. I mean, man or woman, I'm here for it. As long as they make me happy. The tea is hot. I mean, you know, I wish I could share more, but since it's still like going through the process, I feel like it's just better not to right now. I think a lot of people assume the assumable, which most people get divorces for, and that's like, especially when you're trying to come back like me and you're in the gym all the time, I think people assume that he cheated on me with someone else or he left me for another woman and I'm trying to get hot again. That's not even the case, not even close. I wish I could share the reasons behind everything. It has to do way more with psychological and not physical, which to me is a lot harder to deal with. And I want to talk about it more because I think a lot of people go through this and they don't talk about it enough. But right now it's just in the process still, so I just don't feel comfortable talking about it. But soon, when this is all over, you best believe I'm gonna be out here helping you guys out. Because if I can get through it, you can get through it too. I think it's just about being yourself. I've always been myself. I've always been unapologetically me. I'm Mexican from LA and didn't grow up with a lot of money. I'm plus size. I'm not the normal standard of beauty. So I think that for me, I really stood out because I had a lot of confidence, and people don't really see people that look like me with so much confidence. The crazy thing is that I was recently in France, in Paris, and I was shopping with my assistant in Paris, Thomas, shout out Thomas. And we went to one of my favorite supermarkets out there. It's actually owned by LVMH. It's like the most gorgeous supermarket. Everyone ain't got shit on this place. And when I was there, the woman who was checking me out, when I was paying, she was a plus size woman and she was probably in her 50s, 60s. And the way she was looking at me was like she saw Jesus. She had this look on her face of like amazement and happiness. And then she spoke in French to Thomas, and then Thomas told me, she wants me to tell you that she loves your style, the way you do your makeup, what you're wearing. She's never seen a woman of your size so confident and so beautiful and just like sexy, looking amazing and just like turning heads. She was told her whole life that because of her size, she has to hide or wear baggy clothes, not wear too much makeup, and she just couldn't believe like my swag. And that actually made me feel super happy, super sad and happy, both, a little bit of both. Happy because I love that I go into this world with this, you know, way of thinking of like, I'm me, I'm gonna love me in every stage of my life, and I'm gonna be the best that I can be to make myself happy, and I don't have to think of what other people think about me or judge me. I'm still gonna do what I want to do, but also to inspire others. Like, I wish that I had met her earlier in her life. I wish that I could have coached her earlier in her life and told her, because she was a beautiful lady. She was a beautiful woman. Like, just be you. And I have a feeling since that day that we met that she's dressing different and like doing her makeup, and like in my head I'm like, she gonna be a baddie now, because she's like, you know what, I'm not wasting this no more, because yeah, it's all about swag. Whew, good question. I see myself, this is me manifesting this, okay? I see myself in my home, okay? Divorce is over. I am making boss bitch moves. I have my business where I want it to be. I'm in the best shape of my life, killing this shit. And hopefully I have a family of my own. I hope I find a partner who sees the world how I see it, who wants the similar goals that I want and wants to build something together. I always feel this undeniable urge to be in love and to be with someone, to have a partner that I can grow with. I have always wanted to find someone who loved me and was proud to be with me and wanted to kill it in terms of like business, life, just having like, you know, that great foundation. And hopefully I get to find that. That's something that is you know, always on the top of my mind. But again, you know, I think that right now the focus is healing more than anything. I think that I've learned that especially like through therapy, it's like you need to heal first before you put yourself out there. And that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm doing it in different ways. I'm doing it in the ways of how I'm rebuilding my life, how I am hitting the gym, how I'm doing soul searching, how I'm doing therapy, how I'm reading motivational books, how I'm learning about myself, learning new things about myself, bettering myself. So I'm the best possible person for myself, for my life, for my future, for my partner, for my family. I just want to be the best version of me. So that's what we're working on right now. So we'll see where the future takes us. But hopefully all these beautiful, great things that I just said are going to happen. And you know what? They are going to happen because we're manifesting those things. Sips Pepsi. Diet Cherry Pepsi, my favorite. Wow. Okay, I've talked about this before many times, and you know what? It's something that I'm not even blaming people for asking, because it's something that a lot of people are doing and they're not ashamed to do it, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. I think having medical help when you're trying to get healthy is a great thing, and it's something that you should use to your advantage. Now, for me, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I did reach out to my doctor when, you know, it first came on the market, because who doesn't want a miracle pill that you can take and boom, you're not hungry anymore, your cravings are cut, you're losing weight. Everybody wants that miracle, easy, quick fix. We all do, and I wanted it too. And I did consult with my doctor, and ultimately we talked about the options, and it wasn't for me. It wasn't going to be the best thing for my health. And again, I'm doing this for health. I'm not really doing it for any other reason. Yes, of course, everybody wants to look snatched. You want to be in the best shape of your life. You want to look hot. I feel hot in every size that I am. I'm going to look good with however weight I am. But again, I want it to get healthy, and I want it to feel agile, and I want it to have good mobility, especially as I'm getting older. And for my mental health, obviously. So ultimately, it wasn't for me. I transparently did have my gallbladder removed when I was much younger. And because that compromises your pancreas, speaking with my doctor, knowing that taking medication for weight loss like that does sometimes lead to pancreatic problems down the line, we just felt like it wasn't good for my future. Because again, we're doing this for health. So we just decided to do this the old-fashioned way with just diet and exercise. Is it easy? No. Is it hard? Yes. Is it achievable? Hell yes. If I can do it, you can do it. I think right now I'm at like 70 pounds down in like 8 months. that's incredible. Like I feel like I really did that, and I haven't been depriving myself. I feel like I'm still eating delicious. I have my cheat days. We're human. One thing I learned about myself and about, you know, people in general, something my trainer taught me, we're all human. We're all gonna go to Coachella for a weekend and eat churros and hot dogs. We're gonna go to Disneyland and have fried chicken and funnel cake. You know, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna still live our life. But the thing is that you get right back the next day. You don't fall off the train. You don't continue to do it long term. You have a goal and you remember that goal so that when you get back, you're back. And that's what I've been doing. I've still been living life. I've still been eating the foods I want to eat, but in moderation, you know. I'm making sure that I'm being accountable for those things. Oh man, it's tough. There's really no easy answer or, you know, easy way out. I learned that the hard way. I learned that through therapy. You know, I am a very headstrong person when it comes to finding solutions, and I always, in terms of when I come to any difficult part of life, I always say, okay, what's the solution? Let's get it done. Let's move on. Like, I don't want to deal with this. I want to do the hard work that needs to be done to get this over with. So like when I went to my therapist and I was like, hey, you know, I wake up in the middle of the night and I miss my ex. Hey, I can't go to sleep at night because I miss my ex. Hey, I'm having a hard time at work. Now I can't text my ex. What can I do to fix this? Like, help me. She even said it to me. She's like, there is no quick fix. You have to feel the feels. You have to detach. It's all about detachment. You're attached to, you know, something that you've been used to for so long, and you have to learn how to detach yourself, and you have to reprogram yourself. So she calls it reprogramming, and that's what you do is, you know, when it's like a coping mechanism when you are used to doing something. Like for me, for instance, when I would have a really hard time at work, I would depend on my ex. I would text him and he would text me all the motivational things to help me get through, to make me feel loved, to make me feel worthy. And then I would go on and I would finish up my hard day, you know, my long day. And, you know, now I don't have that person to depend on anymore. So I've had to put things in place. So now, you know, I did replace it with, you know, texting my bestie, or, you know, it can be anything. You need to just replace it with something so you're rewiring your brain. For me, it was texting my best friend Sammy. Hey, shout out to my best friend Sammy. He's been there for me like a rock, and I adore him, and I'm so grateful for him. And that's one thing too, is like sometimes, you know, we have so many great things in our life currently that we overshadow because we're going through something. And one thing that I can't ever take for granted is my friendship with my friends, because I do have some really amazing friends that have been there for me. So if you have those friends, hang on to them tight, treat them well, let them know how much you love them and appreciate them. It doesn't go unnoticed. Yeah, so it's all about rewiring your brain, you know, reprogramming. There's old programming and then there's new programming. So you just have to reprogram yourself. And then it does get easier. Then you don't miss them little by little. You start to sleep better. You don't need that person at night next to you anymore. You don't need that validation from that person. You can validate yourself. Also, too, one thing that my therapist taught me was, what are all the great things that you're doing for yourself? Like, look at how far you've come. Look at like the little things that you depended on your partner to do for you all these years that now you can do on your own. Think about that. Think about what you're doing for you. That also reprograms your brain like, hey, I can do this myself. I don't need someone. I don't need this validation. I don't need this other person. I'm doing this for me. And that just gives you a boost of confidence. And it reprograms your brain so that you don't miss them anymore. And trust me, time heals all. After a certain time, you're like, you don't even think about it anymore. You wake up and you're just like, what am I going to do today? How am I going to have the best day possible? How am I going to be the best version of me today? That's what you're going to think of, instead of thinking of that other person and putting your energy in someone else. Put it in yourself. Yo, I am a Pisces through and through. I feel like every Pisces characteristic is me. But I would have to say like the one that stands out the most is dreamer. I have always been a dreamer ever since I was a little girl. I've always been a daydreamer. I've always romanticized my life and pictured how I wanted my life to be, and I always manifested that. And I think that's my number one Pisces trait. But I'm a lot of the traits. I am a lover girl. I am psychic for sure. I can read a room to the T. I am really good at reading people. That's why I have the best team ever. Everyone always asks me, as a makeup artist, you have the best assistants, you have the best team. Like, how do you find these people? Because I'm a good picker. I know how to read someone. It's all about heart. It's all about soul. It's all about intentions. And I know someone's intentions from a mile away. So I'm really good at that. Why it didn't work for me when I picked the man in my life, I don't know. But no, for real, I do have that really good little psychic Pisces ability, and I'm proud of it. So don't fuck with me, all right? I see you. You know, yes, I think Jello Theory helped a lot with flying, because I did have a lot of anxiety at the beginning of my career when I had to fly a lot. Flying was not for me. I am a control freak, and I like to control everything that I do, and the fact that I can't control an airplane is crazy to me. But I think over time you get used to it. You also have to come to terms with, like, if it's your time to go, it's your time to go. I feel like if I'm on a plane and it starts getting real crazy with this turbulence, and it starts looking like, okay, something might not be going well right now, I tell myself, well, it was a good ride. Thank you, God, for all the blessings you gave me. This is my time. It's my time. It is what it is. You can't stress yourself out. So that's how I look at it. I know it's morbid to think like that and be thinking that way, but it's like, what else are you going to do? You can't fight it. So it's just like, you have to just go with it. God's plan. At the end of the day, this is God's plan, and I'm just a part of it.
Someone said, have you ever packed a parachute on your carry-on case?
Have I ever packed a parachute on my carry-on case? What? Yo, first of all, if you're thinking even about that, that means that you've actually considered it, and that's actually genius. Wait, can you comment below though, like, if you're out there and you actually have done this before because you just want to make sure you're safe? Dude, Amy just pranked me. That was Amy's just crazy talk right there. I love Lululemon. I know it's like they're super hyped up, but they're hyped up for a reason. They're actually really good, and they do not sponsor me. I have absolutely no contact. I buy everything myself. I also really love Tala. We are Tala. They are amazing. They just have good quality clothes. They're both really good tights. I have big legs. I have a big butt. I have big hips. So I need like really good tights that are good quality. They're not going to rip on me. They feel comfortable when I'm wearing them. I can still move really well, but they're holding me in and they're keeping me together. And I just feel like they're undeniably the best of the best. For shoes, I'm a Ride or Die Hoka fan. I love Hokas. They just don't ever make my feet hurt. They have really great support. You feel like you're walking on clouds. They're just the best shoes for me when I'm working out, when I'm running, when I'm training. When you find your comfortable gym gear, you work out better. You have to be comfortable when you're working out. You have to feel really secure when you're working out because you're putting yourself out there. You're doing moves and things that you haven't really done before, and you're trying to get better at it. So you just want to be your most comfortable. So yeah, you want to make sure that you're wearing something that is of quality. My inspiration to be a makeup artist was always my family, my mom, my tias, my grandma, watching them do their makeup when I was a little girl. The women in my community. You know, I grew up in LA. I was born in Linwood, grew up in Linwood. Then I moved to Norwalk when I was going to school, went to Norwalk High. And there was a really big Chicana community. And it was like the Chola makeup scene, the dark lip liner, the black eyeliner. So that was always like my inspo. And I always looked at this makeup and I was always in awe and I always wanted to do it. And then when I grew up and I was like in middle school, going to the MAC counter was always a big inspo for me. Like when I would go to MAC and I would see all the girls that worked there wearing their all black, but it wasn't just all black, it was like a cool fit. And then it was like the makeup and the hair was like a look, you know, it was like they were going on a red carpet every day to work. And for me, I was like, wow, I want to be that. I want to be that cool one day. And then, you know, when I started to actually think that, oh, I want to be a makeup artist, I looked at music videos as inspo for me, because I really loved how the story came together in a music video when it came to the makeup, with the hair, with the outfit. It just all made sense. So it was crazy that the first job I ever got as a makeup artist was a music video. I know it's meant to be. It's the universe obviously working its magic. And it was just something that I already had heart for. You know, I loved that. And I'll never forget, you know, my inspo was my roots, being Mexican, from LA, a Chicana. Boom. Sometimes it's just within that inspires you, you know? All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure that you're hearting it, you're commenting, make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm back, y'all. I am back, and I'm trying to be back for you. So let's get this ball rolling. Let's get this going. If there's any videos that you want to see about my life, whether it's cooking, outfits, makeup, come to work with me, I don't know, anything you want to see at all, comment below. Let's do this. Let's get through this together. Si se puede.